Hi guys, what's up? It's Joe Pitt here, back with another video, and in this video it'll be for Love Island All Stars 2025 Series 2 Episode 23. I'll leave a link down below to Episode 22. Of course, there's going to be spoilers, so without further ado, let's get on with it. So, they were all talking about Ron. Then we found out, well, they got a text, basically the girls saying there was a bombshell in the secret garden. So this was Chugs. 26, he was from series 7, so I believe that's 2021, the summer version. He might have been like a Casa bombshell, because I vaguely remember him, but a lot of people did recognise it, like Casey, I think, was like, oh my god, that's Chugs, I know him. Then we had Sammy, 24 from London, series 9, so I believe that was the 2023 winter one, because like that was Casey's series, I believe, and then also like Kai and Sanam and Tom, because Tom was originally coupled up with Sammy. Then after he went to Casa, you know, he did awful things, and then of course he's with Molly now. And she was saying like one Islander has slid in her DMs, and that was Luca. So she met Luca once, and they've, you know, DM'd a couple of times. She knows Gabby, Elma and Harriet very well. Sammy and Luca like went off, well, to get drinks, but then they spoke, and then he was like, you know, can I say this or can I not? And then Sammy was like the same thing. They both chatted, Chugs chatted to all the boys, and then Sammy chatted to all the girls. Ronnie and Casey were grilling Luca on Sammy. Then Sammy pulled Ronnie, and then he basically knew that Luca was like her number one and was like gunning for him. Catherine and Grace spoke. Sammy said to Elma, you know, about Luca messaging, but technically, at this moment, Luca hasn't had a chat with Grace about that, so I think Sammy got in there pretty quickly before he could. And I think she said like September that he messaged her, so not too long ago really, I guess. Sammy stole Luca from Curtis and then talked about, you know, the message that he sent. Chugs really wanted to get to know Danielle, and I think Danielle really likes Chugs. Like, they just had an initial spark, even if it was like the group of them, like they were just looking at each other. Luca told Grace about the message, and then had a chat with Sammy. Then Ronnie came over. Sammy like jumped on the bed. Danielle and Tina were like in a bed together. Omar and Catherine kissed. Sammy and Elma kissed. Eki and Curtis were under the covers. Harriet and Ronnie were kissing under the covers. Luca and Grace cuddled. And then Gabby and Casey kissed. So I don't know if there was anyone left out really. There might have been, I can't remember. Casey was saying like Tina can borrow his Speedos. Sammy got a coffee for Elma. And then Chugs spoke to Tina. Luca, Omar and Casey were speaking. Then Sammy came over. And then we're talking about Luca, like, I think Grace is compared to the Champions League, and then Sammy is compared to the World Cup, like, which would you rather win and all this. Sammy then spoke to Omar. Chugs spoke to Harriet, and, you know, he didn't have, well, I think she didn't have I think he didn't have his eye on her originally or something. But, you know, she's sort of open. Like, she's not really closed off with Ronnie, but it might get there soon. I don't know. Sammy was saying, like, and Curtis gets dressed in the dark, he said. Casey said to Ronnie, like, Harriet, that she's open. Then Harriet came over. Harriet then went to Grace. Sammy spoke with Elma and Catherine. Then they played Spin the Bottle, Truth or Dare. Grace said, don't kiss Sammy, to Luca. Catherine, the truth was tell your sexual fantasy, and she said BDSM, so that's bondage stuff. Casey said, well, it was a group one. Everyone point to the Islander with the highest body count, so everyone pointed at him. Curtis was like, name one thing your partner does that questions your relationship. But then he didn't. It wasn't really a bad thing, but it was also a good thing. So it was her fiery side. But then Ekin said, "You've not seen it just yet." Luca then had to snog the Islander, who is your vibe, that's not your partner. Out of all of them, he gets a kissing one, but he didn't back out, you know? He didn't cop out, he went for Sammy. He could have gone for anyone else. And then people would have been like, why did he cop out, you know? But then Grace was annoyed. Harriet had to kiss 3 Islanders that turn you on the most. Grace wanted that card. Luca got a kiss on the cheek. Casey got a kiss on the cheek as well, and then Ronnie as well, but like I think she was saying something like not a prick or something. Then Casey said he doesn't want sloppy seconds. Then Harriet was like, you know, I don't fancy you, Luca, but I just did it. Grace was then saying to Luca to shut up. Sammy had to kiss the cheeks of the couple you think are the least compatible, so went for Harriet and Ronnie. Ekin had to kiss the 2 Islanders you would love to have a threesome with. Went for Curtis and Danielle. Luca then whispered, I effed up to Ronnie. And then Luca just wanted it to be over. And then, I don't know if he walked off as well. And then there was a vote for who you want to couple up with Sammy and Chugs. And then that will be announced in the next episode. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.